Okay, we're going to use this as a frame for a picture. So let's go ahead and grab a picture here, and we'll just drag and drop it right into Photoshop. So there it is, and let's go ahead and undock the frame here just by pulling on the title bar. And then as long as our selection tool is selected, we're going to grab this and we're just going to drag and drop it right into the photo. We can drag this and redock it up there, flip back over to the photo. Alright, so there's our frame, a little too small, and looks like it's the wrong orientation. So we can easily fix that. We're just going to right click on it. But before we right click, we have to use the transform tool. Now we can do that either by going up here to edit and click free transform, which it tells us Control T. So let's do Control T, keyboard shortcut. Now if I right click, I can just do rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, and so there we go. And I can hit enter and that accepts it. Now if I want, I can go ahead and resize this frame just by grabbing the handle, but you can see it doesn't keep its aspect ratio. It gets all stretched and distorted in that. So we're gonna hit escape to undo that. This time I'm going to hold down the shift key and grab the upper corner handle, and now when I drag it, it keeps its size here, the aspect ratio. So let's just keep making this bigger until we fill up as much as we can of the picture here. A little bit more, drag this up a little, and I'm letting go of the shift key as I actually drag the frame around. And when I'm done, I simply hit enter. You can see it's kind of blurry around here, but when I hit enter, the blurriness goes away, and that accepts the transformation. You have to be sure to do that. If I wanted to take the focus off the frame, I can just click right over here on anything other than one of the layers. So next thing we want to do is let's go ahead and make a copy of this layer. So we're going to just right click over here on layer, and we're going to choose duplicate layer. Let's call this frame transparent. How's that? And if I click over here on the actual original frame, if I double click right on the word, I can go ahead and rename that. So now when we work on the frame, I'm going to be working on this copy or duplicate of the layer. So we're going to turn this one off so we can't see the original anymore. Now remember, in Photoshop you can hold the Alt key down while using the mouse wheel, and you can scroll in a little bit, and that's how you can zoom in and out, or you can go over here and use the zoom tool if you wanted. So what I want to do right now is get rid of all of the white here within the photo. So there's an easy tool to do that in Photoshop, and it's called the Magic Eraser. So I'm just pushing down on the eraser. That brings up a little menu to choose from, and I want the bottom one, Magic Eraser tool. And so what I'm going to do here is, let's say I just wanted to do the outer edge of the frame, and so if I just click there in the white area, you can see that all of the white goes away. Let's go ahead and turn off the photo in the background there. Okay, and now I'm simply left with the white inside here. I'm going to leave that there for now. We'll fix that a little bit later. Okay, so let's click on our selection tool again over here. Let's turn the picture back on, and let's go ahead and change the order of the layers. I'm just dragging and dropping. I can't drag the bottom one here. The background, as you can see, it's a lock layer. So let's just right click on it and choose duplicate layer. So if we did that, and I'll just leave it named that. So now you can see I can actually move the layer around and put it in a different place. I'll turn the background off here. So it looks the same as the background right now because we haven't changed it at all. But what I'd rather do instead of that is, now I can do Control Z to undo that, or I can click the Actions panel here and just go up into our through our various actions that we've done. And I think I want to be right here. So what we're going to do right now is let's go ahead and hide that again. Let's make a let's turn off our frame transparent, and let's go ahead and grab part of this picture here, this photo. So this time I'm going to click and hold down on our marquee tool, and I'm going to choose the elliptical marquee. And you can see our crosshairs, and I'm going to start it up here in the upper left corner and just drag it around the image here. And and till I get to a proportion that looks good to me. That's not too bad. Now if I just simply right click on this and choose layer via copy, it'll actually make another copy of it actually create a layer consisting of just that cutout. So if I turn off the original, you can see there's our cutout of the photo. So next thing, let's go ahead and turn on the frame transparent, and we can't see our photo through there, and that's because it's the layers aren't stacked right. So let's drag our photo up on top so it sits on top of the frame. We'll choose our selection tool, and you can see we have some handles here, and once again we're going to hold our shift key down so we can resize it really easy. And there we go, and then let go of the shift and drag it into place, resize it a little more until we get it to the right size and proportion position actually that we want it. And that doesn't look too bad. Let's hit enter and then click off of it. Yeah, that's not bad. Now what does look bad here is we've got all this extra space around the canvas. So let's go ahead and resize our canvas. So we're going to go to image and then choose canvas size. And I happen to know that 415 by 6 is the measurements that we want. I'm going to hit enter, and it warns us that the new canvas size is actually smaller than the current canvas size, so some clipping will occur. In other words, it's going to cut some things off. So we're going to go ahead and choose proceed. And next what we want to do is we want to click on this layer here and the frame transparent layer, and by doing that, when I drag things around, it's going to grab both objects and drag them. And I'm just going to drag these into position. You can see that they were actually outside of the visible area of the canvas. So we're going to drag them back in, and we're just going to get it close here. If we get a little transparency on one edge or something, we're fine with that. Nothing perfect. And there we go, and hit enter to accept it. We'll click off. And there's our photo inserted into a picture frame. Now, I don't like the white here as it turns off, this like white matte. So let's go ahead and change. So we'll go over here and let's create a new layer. And then what we're going to do is shift F5 for our fill color palette. And we want to choose a color. And so by simply clicking in here, it opens up our color palette selector. And we can use our eyedropper here, as you can see when I move off of the choose color thing. And let's choose a color over in here somewhere, just to get into our basic color. And I actually want something a lot lighter than that. So we're just going to drag it straight up until we get into this light area here. That's probably not too bad. So you can see what our new color is going to be compared to I guess what was currently selected. And let's actually go, I think I like let's go up a little more here. A little lighter. There we go. Alright, and then we'll click OK. And we'll leave the mode set to color and opacity set to 100%, and we'll click OK. Oh, can't see anything. Well, that's the order of the layers once again. So all we should do is just drag this down behind the frame transparent, but it's still not showing up because we never got rid of the white here. So we can do that easily. So as long as we've got that layer, the frame transparent layer selected, we'll go to our magic eraser, hold it down, make sure we've got magic eraser tool, click in the white area, and there we go, and now our background fill comes in. And then finally on your project, it'd be probably a good idea to go in and name the rest of your layers. And then if I want to save this, I can just simply go File, Save, or Save As, and choose to save it as the Photoshop file, or go ahead and save it to a PNG, which is a file we can actually in a final project.